it meant a lot because even before me and Tim were friends, he was one of my favorite DJs, period. And I told him while he was alive, excluding nobody, that he was my favorite. And I probably DJ'd with and shared the stage with some of the world's greatest DJs. But Tim's ability to control the crowd and be a puppet master was by far the best I had ever seen. And his knowledge of backpack hip-hop to popular hip-hop down south, disco, soul, and even house is kind of matched by none. And me and Tim were roommates for about a year. And he was just Tim was like a real... Tim was like a Sour Patch Kid. You ever see those commercials like first you're sour, then you're sweet?
Right.
Like that was Tim. You know, like a lot of people like like for real, like I've heard a lot of people say, man, Tim was so humble. Nah, man, Tim wasn't humble. Tim was not a humble soul. But if Tim had love for you, it was so genuine. Like for example, when Tim was sick, this is how I ended up DJing for Common. We got a call to DJ really last minute. We didn't know who it was for. It was like, yo, can Jay spin? It's it'll be from like 10 to 2. This is what we can pay. And we just said, yeah, we'll do it. And then once we said yeah, it was like, all right, it's for Common at Soho House. And we was like, whoa.
Wow. Right.
He was like, all right, bet. So then at the end of the party, that's when we found out that Tim was the one that referred us. It was like, yeah, Com wanted Tim to do it, but this is around the time Tim didn't want anybody to know he was sick, so Tim was just like, nah, I can't do it. And they showed me the text message where it was like, man, well, do you think iLLa can do it? And Tim's reply in the text message was, you couldn't find anybody better.
Nice.
And Tim never called me. Tim never texted me. He never sent that, yo, fam, you'll be getting a hit from this person. I just put you on and do this. Like, he didn't do none of that. I never would have known.
Wow.
And so, of course, I had to reach out to him and be like, man, thank you, because he knew that Common was one of my favorite artists of all time. So that was the sweet side. But then I seen him snap on so many people in the club. You know, that was the sour side. So he was a living, breathing, heavy hitter Sour Patch Kid. Like, for real, man.
I think now and forever, I always remember Sour Patch Kid every time I see anything or hear anything Timbuktu.
As you should, as you should. And what's funny, that's how me and Enough got cool. The night of Tim's wake on that Tuesday, I was DJing at Beauty Bar, and Enough was standing in front of me, and I was like, holy shit, that's Enough. You know, and then while me and the next DJ was switching out, like, the music was cut. And, you know, I was on the mic and I was talking about Tim. And I was like, anybody talking about Tim was super humble. Y'all didn't know him. Y'all didn't know dude. And, like, Enough just turned around and started busting up laughing and was like, yes, you're so right. Yes, I love it. Yes. You know? So, and that ain't no diss. That ain't no diss. You know,
right.
That's my brother.
Right.
I love
it's all love. All love.
We used to get into it all the time. We used to get into it like when we was living together. I was like, I'm sorry, is this Timbuktu talking? Because, you need to channel Timothy Jones right now.
Well, there was no doubt that he was one of the best to ever do it. So
absolutely.
we definitely miss Timbuktu, and you know, I know that you and tons of other people are keeping his memory alive. So Tim will always and forever be around.
And I have to do this if everybody can just check out the Timothy Francis Jones Foundation.org. It's all about health yourself and being aware of being aware of different types of cancer and promoting going to the doctor and making sure that everybody's good so we all live healthy, long lives.
Nice. Yeah, please go check that out. I'm going to go check that out as soon as I get done with the show. But yeah, so aside from Tim, because we know that Tim's your favorite DJ, aside from Tim, do you have a favorite? Because I feel like I know too many DJs, like, personally, to ever publicly announce my favorite DJ, so I just don't. I just always say one of my favorites.
Oh, no, I mean, my favorite DJs are all for different reasons because there are different elements of DJing. Like, you can be a very incredible technical DJ but not be a very good party rocker, and vice versa.
Right.
So there are different levels of DJing.
Okay.
And all of my favorite DJs are from different walks of the DJ life, and two of them are from Chicago, and that's Timbuktu and 33 and the Third, who's now the program director from Miami 103 The Beat. My other favorites are D Nice, because of the way he's been able to navigate his career and work with these brands, along with my homeboy Mick, and the way he's been able to navigate and work with different brands and spirits, and both of them travel all around the world, and they don't have to rock regular clubs. Of course, Jazzy Jeff and my man DJ Wonder. Those are my top DJs.
Okay, so let's talk a little bit about. I heard you mention earlier that you're a DJ with a day job, and I know when I first met you in an official capacity, like we joked about you having to go to a day job, but what is a day in the life of iLLa like?
Oh man, a day in the life of iLLa would be getting up maybe around 6:30, hitting my day job with Chicago Public Schools, and I do not work in a school. I am in safety and security and administration, and but no, I'm not a security guard either. So I don't want nobody to think
and no security guards out there.
no Desi. But everybody knows the stigma around security guards. So, but no, that's not what I do. And I work 8 to 5 job, and then I may have to come home and rest up for an hour or two, and then go DJ from like maybe 10 to 12 or 11:30 to 1:30. For example, all right, Thursday I got to work, right? So I'll get up and I'll do my regular day job like anybody else in the corporate world. But then at night, I will have to be at the club, and then I'll DJ from like 11:30 to 1:30, and then I'll probably get home about 2:30. By the time I wind down from the night, I'll probably get to sleep about 3, and then I'm right back up at 6:30 to do it all over again.
But you probably wouldn't change a thing.
Not at all. You know what? I mean, because struggle builds character. And
That's
if
true.
you're going to pursue this lifestyle and try to keep your integrity, it behooves you to have a day job so you can say no to the events that you don't want to do.
Right. Yep, multiple income streams.
Absolutely. And in fact, that's one thing that Sway told me the second time I was on the show, which was the first time I actually met him. And he was like, man, you got a day job? I was like, yeah. He was like, man, that's what's up. He was like, a lot of people frown upon that. He was like, but if you want to pursue your career in the arts, whether it's DJing, whether it's emceeing, or whatever creative aspect you want to do, then you should have something fueling that creativeness. So you can, like I said, keep your integrity and purchase things that you may need.
Right.
Because I've DJ'd for a living, and it ain't fun. Like I went from like
and it's not cheap.
No, man, and anything can kill a night. You know what I'm saying? I was DJing for a living. I had a Saturday night. I was clearing good money at the end of the night. So that income for a month, like that, that's rent, that's car note. I'm good. One big fight, and the night is over, and I lose that income, and I'm like, oh my God, how am I gonna make it? Now I'm scrambling and I'm struggling. Like, I don't have that problem no more. Now I don't want to go back to having that problem. Right.
So we see a little bit of, on YouTube, there is a video called Don't Sweat the Technique. And
boy.
I didn't think I'd bring that up, did you, Jay? But I did watch it. And it's dope. I thought it was great to see that side of you, of a DJ. Tell everybody a little bit about what Don't Sweat the Technique is.
Well, Don't Sweat the Technique. It's actually spelled, technique is actually spelled TECHNICS because technique turntables. It is basically an in-depth look at the behind the scenes of the DJ life. What we do to prepare how we think, what we think about requests, how we get into it, or, you know, our viewpoints on promoters or parties, et cetera, et cetera. I mean, and the episode actually featured, so we have some episodes with Jazzy Jeff in it. We have Sway in one, and we talk about day parties. We talk about the...
Oh, that was funny.
The day parties?
Yeah.
We talk about the what's it called? The young black professional crowd.
Right.
We talk about a lot of things. I'm sorry, man. I think, me personally, and, you know, I hope I don't offend anybody, but I think the young black professional crowd are a bunch of cornballs. I do. I can't stand them. I think they're a bunch of elitists. I think you have to make a certain amount of money, and if you didn't graduate from school and if you don't, like, come on, man, just stop. Everybody's path is different. Mm-hmm. Everybody's path is different. And because you graduated from school don't make you no better than nobody else.
And I love that you show when you were at the Bulls at the United Center that day, and you actually showed, you know, an honest mistake that you made because you played music that was going to be done in the concert that was to follow in your DJ set.
Oh yeah, yeah, that was we were at UIC.
The Pavilion. Okay.
Yeah, the Pavilion. Yeah, and I was asked about the first concert that I DJ'd. Oh, I'm an open book, Carly. You can ask me pretty much anything.
I know.
You know, like I am not ashamed of anything, especially because I learned from my mistakes, and that was a huge DJ mistake. Like I'm DJing a concert and Raekwon is supposed to perform,
the chef,
and I end up playing all of Raekwon's hits. Like, who does that? You know, that has to be the dumbest thing I've ever done. Like, I think about that, and I just put my head in my hands. Like, you are, oh my God, that was so embarrassing.
But yeah,
his
but that's...
manager was like, dude, what are you doing?
Whoopsies. Well, yeah, but that's what I like about that documentary, because it does show, like you said, you're an open book. So, you know, for people that are curious about, you know, what it's like, you know, to be a DJ, like to see the behind the scenes of how you get set up and how you decide what you're playing, and, you know, all that's kind of mixed in there. So you guys go look for that on YouTube and check Jay out on her Don't Sweat the Technique. Remember, that's TECHNIC Technique. Not the Q, and take a look at that. But before we get in, because we are going to play another mix and part of it, and maybe we'll do that now because we want to make sure we have enough time afterwards so we can continue the interview a little bit. So we're going to play part of another mix of Jay's, and this one is this the Midwest mix that you did?
No, that's the mix I did. I think it's a little 20-minute mix I did a couple of years ago, but it's still one of my favorites. It has a lot of Midwest artists on there, but just a lot of really good songs. And it's kind of like one of my go-to mixes. Like if I'm DJing a party early and nobody's there, I'll just throw it on for a little 20-minute break.
Now I know the secret.
Hey, man, I work hard, man. You know what I'm saying?
Sometimes you have to press the easy button. You know, it's
that mix is either played early when nobody is there, or really late when everybody done left and they put the lights on. You know?
All right, well, we're gonna listen to a little bit of it. Take a quick break. We'll probably play, I don't know, a little less than half. Maybe we'll play this time around. But you guys check it out, and we'll be back to talk to you a little bit more. So this is iLLa. You're listening to Support the Dope Radio. Be right back.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is John. I drink my 40 out of a paper bag Jenkins. And I'm going to bring to you some of the coolest brothers around, man. Yeah. Ivy Lee, and Mr. Shapeshifter. See, they going to take y'all block to block. Get your night train, y'all. It's a party.
I keep my eyes on the prize, I'm steadfast. Don't get your head smashed, you coming in dead last. Damn, I laugh at you, homie, while I'm lapping you, homie. Knowledge is power, you wanna know my aptitude, homie. I could get you drug out of your new home for a few stones or buy a few stones. This shit is gruesome, a general nigga. You a fucking soldier, niggas don't play with me like I had one controller. Can I get a ad lib like Jeezy money? You wanna flow for the dough? That's easy money.